White people bow to me.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. What's happening?
And we standing right now.
And why shouldn't we stand? Hold on.
Thanks for that knowledge. See, I didn't know that. So that sends a different spin on it.
Ooh, I might house any stranger in my house. It would depend.
Thank you so much, man. You don't know how much I appreciate you doing this for us, brother.
Look at these people. Look at these crazy ass people, bro.
You guys are our future. This is the future.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Chicago Conservative. If you are a new viewer, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. Now, let's get right into this video, guys. We're going to be talking about Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson again. Woke mayor, liberal mayor, and how he's basically just dodging all kinds of questions when it comes to the Chicago Teachers Union, guys, because let's not forget that he is still employed with these people, guys. Now, if we want to hop into more context, he's basically just going on the media, grifting again, race baiting again when it comes to, oh, the rich people are bad, the rich people are this, and the rich people are that. But little do he know that the people aren't stupid anymore, and the only one that's trying to get rich here is you, buddy. Yeah, and I know you're trying to get that $5 million pension when you retire from the Chicago Teachers Union. But look, guys, I'm getting off sidetrack, but let's just get into more context. A reporter basically asked him, why is his approval rating so bad? He has a 14% approval rating, by the way. And he's basically just giving platitude answers, meaningless answers that have nothing to do with anything. You're talking about the Bears and how you're a middle child. Like, how dense are you, my guy? And it's like, you really can't just be real with the American people, the people of Chicago, can you? You can't just say, I messed up by trying to do this leftist agenda by funding illegals, taking care of illegals besides the people of Chicago. Your approval rating would have been at least to 20. It would have jumped from 14 to 20 if you would have just took accountability, but you're not going to do that, right? Because you always want to sit up here and act like people are stupid. But anyways, guys, it's like we all know why he's trying to do this contract with the Chicago Teachers Union, because he is still a part of the Chicago Teachers Union, guys. He's on administrative leave. Dude, you can't be the mayor and a part of the Chicago Teachers Union. But I'm not going to keep listening to myself talk, guys. Let's roll the clip.
76% of those surveyed say Chicago would be better off with a different mayor. How do you convince them otherwise?
Well, look, the people of Chicago elected me to invest in people. In every single category, as it relates to investments, they're up. I actually am humbled that the people of Chicago believe in my administration enough to have greater expectations than any other administration. That's what leadership looks like, and I'm humbled to do it.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that there's greater expectations? I don't know where I hear that. Because,
yeah.
and then the feedback instead is that the polling is poor. So I don't know how you interpret it that way.
Well, because maybe because I'm a middle child. Maybe it's because I'm a Bears fan. By the way, the Bears are undefeated in 2025, so we're off to a great start.
Have anything
Here's
to do
what
with...
I'm saying, though. Look, the people of Chicago voted for me to invest in them, and that's exactly what we've done, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Controversy over Mayor Brandon Johnson's status with the Chicago Teachers Union has taken a new turn. Ethical questions persist about the mayor's role in ongoing CTU contract talks. And now the city's Board of Ethics is weighing in, denying that their office ever advised the mayor on the issue. Political reporter Marianne Ahern is here now with more. Marianne?
Alex, the mayor says he's a member on leave from CTU, which means potentially he may benefit from the very contract the city is now negotiating.
This was my first question to Mayor Johnson earlier this week.
Let's start with a yes or no question. Is it proper to negotiate a CTU contract if, as a member on leave, you are going to benefit from that contract.
Well, I'm not going to benefit from the contract.
Officially, he has not resigned from CTU.
So I am on leave from Chicago Public Schools, but I'm not negotiating a contract. The Board of Education has that responsibility.
But with elected school board members joining next week, the mayor still appoints the majority of the school board. While the mayor's team suggested they were advised there were no ethical concerns, Steve Berlin, the executive director of the City Board of Ethics, denies he was ever asked for advice on the mayor's union status. Berlin tells NBC5, quote, "The Board of Ethics was not asked about on-leave arrangements with the CTU or CPS under the city's governmental ethics ordinance and has issued no opinions addressing this issue." William Quinlan is CPS CEO Pedro Martinez's attorney.
If he is on leave with the Chicago Teachers Union and has a relationship with the Chicago Teachers Union, he's on one side of the table and Chicago Public Schools is on the other.
Shortly after the mayor took office in June of 2023, Ben Felton, the CPS chief talent officer, said in a memo about the mayor's CTU status, he was, quote, concerned that could be a potential conflict of interest for the mayor to be an employee of an organization that he was overseeing.
Because at the end of the day, what we all want, as good public servants, what anyone wants is the best deal here.
David Greising with the Better Government Association.
The question for the mayor is, why do you need to maintain that status? How do you benefit? How does the city benefit?
In 2023, you were elected a little over 52% of the vote in the mayoral's race. But in the most recent poll of Chicago voters, that you had a 14% approval rating with a 70% disapproval rating. I know you mentioned that there's a lot of numbers that you care about and that you were pointing to things that you are talking about doing for the city. But in a democracy, what really matters is how the voters perceive your administration's work. So why are you so unpopular?
Well, I mean, look, fortunately for me, that I'm not moved by polls. They're a snapshot at a point of time. Like, people have their expression and opinion of whether or not, we should hire more young people. People have an opinion on whether or not we should open up mental health clinics. Clearly, people have an opinion on whether or not we should, stay to international and national law. That people have those opinions, and I can say this emphatically. I was elected to build a better, stronger, safer Chicago, and I will stop at nothing to ensure that happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a city hall meeting coming up this upcoming Wednesday, and I might just have to cook Brandon Johnson again, guys. I might just have to give him a piece of my mind again, because we're just going to break this down. First, we're going to talk about his response to his approval rating, which is 14%. And then we're going to talk about his deal with the Chicago Teachers Union, guys. We already discussed this in the intro, but let's just break this down. Dude, the people of Chicago did not elect you because you were the right person for the job, because you were the perfect candidate for the job. They elected you because you are black, bro. You are a DEI hire. That's it. You were backed by the Chicago Teachers Union. They're sitting on millions and millions of dollars, bro. What do you mean? You really think you were the perfect mayor of Chicago? I don't know how we went from Lori Lightfoot to this clown. But anyways, guys, his administration, your administration sucks. What are you talking about? You talking about Mr. Irving and them? You talking about William Hall, the person that was laughing at the people of Chicago? These people in your administration, Byron Cincho Lopez, this dude is basically a communist. He's basically like a Hispanic communist. But dude, your administration is an absolute hellhole. What do you mean? Nobody in your administration besides a few people are doing good. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Ray Lopez, shout out Anthony Beale. You guys already know. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit up here and let you defend an administration that doesn't care about the people of Chicago at all unless it benefits them. Immense. But anyways, dude, You're a Bears fan? You're from Elgin. This is what I'll be talking about. I'm a Chicago fan. I am from Chicago. I got this tatted on me, bro. This is the Bulls, baby. You feel what I'm saying? When Derrick Rose doing this thing, yeah, I'm from the south side of Chicago, Mr. Brandon Johnson. You are from Elgin. Oh, I'm a middle child. I'm a middle child too. That don't mean I'm not finna do my job. What are you talking about? What does you being a Bears fan have to do with anything, Brandon Johnson? How dense are you? Like, this dude is literally Dense Dan. That's finna be your new name, because this irritates people when they just want a clear answer on why aren't you doing, like, you mean to tell me you couldn't bring up the fact that you were funding illegal immigrants, giving them free housing, giving them free food, giving them free everything, not even locking them up when they do horrendous crimes like rape and stealing everything under the sun? You're defending these people and you are confused why your approval rating is so bad. It's like, dude, like I said, this guy is such a DEI hire. It honestly makes me want to throw up. And then it's like, dude, it's irrelevant how much stuff you bring up. When it comes to Chicago Teachers Union, you're bringing up things that literally don't matter. You cannot be the mayor and a part of the Chicago Teachers Union. Everybody knows why he's doing this. It's because you suck as a mayor and you know you're not going to be here that long. So when you get kicked out as the mayor, you want a cushy job at the Chicago Teachers Union. Like I said earlier, he's going to retire with a $5 million pension. Like, dude, like, you might as well just don't be the mayor then. Why are you still the mayor? And my thing is this, guys. He can't even be accountable for his bad policies. None of the Democrats can. None of them can be accountable for the things that they say, the things that they do. Even when it comes to the border, that's still open, by the way. Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? It ain't January 20th yet, so they're still letting in illegal immigrants as we talk, like currently. And Brandon Johnson is currently funding those illegals, housing them, like kicking out, like shutting down shelters for Americans, though, opening up schools that's been closed down for God knows how long for these illegal immigrants to stay. And you're giving them food. That doesn't even make sense. We got so many homeless people in Chicago. It's not even funny. And you want to talk about, oh, I'm black and that's not, but you don't even help black people. What are you talking about? And it's not even about race. It's about the American people. It's about America first. Okay, my guys. So it's like, man, this contract, it's foo. Like, I have no other word for it. It's fugazi. Because at the end of the day, a blind man can see what he's trying to do. You barely pass with the budget, my guy. And that's with a credit line. So how much money we gonna be using from that $40 million? I'm just saying, guys, like, these are things that we need to be talking about. And then when it comes to the Chicago Teachers Union, like I said, guys, he's still a part of the Chicago Teachers Union. Do not forget that, okay? You can't play both sides here. And then when the reporter asked him, will you benefit from it? He said no. Oh, really? Oh, really? So why you fighting so hard for this contract then? I mean, if you didn't care about the Chicago Teachers Union, if you just did your job as a mayor, that wouldn't be your first priority. The first priority would be the people of Chicago. And then why are you trying to fund the Chicago Teachers Union? Kids ain't learning nothing. Kids ain't learning nothing. Nothing. They're trying to lower the standards for kids in these democratic cities, guys. It's disgusting. Like, they're trying to make an 80% an A. Like, if that was the case, I would have passed with honors. Like, I just don't understand why Brandon Johnson is this foolish, guys. I might have to make another trip to City Hall this Wednesday because this cannot stand, man. You're not going to keep on sitting up here and like acting like kids are learning. So we got to give the Chicago Teachers Union more money. This, that, and the third. Dude, the CHA, Chicago Housing Authority, they're sitting on $1 billion over there. why y'all ain't talking to them? You feel what I'm saying? But guys, we're going to save that for another video, guys. But I might just have to take a trip to City Hall Wednesday. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button, and tune in next time, guys. And I'm out of here. Peace.